Hello, today I would like to show you how to make student portfolios using Google Sites. As you can see on my screen, I've provided an example of what a student portfolio might look like on Google Sites. There's endless possibilities about what you could include on your portfolio, but I will show you just a few examples today. Starting with your name or the student's name, you could include a picture. You could include information that they could go to other documents. You could have them email you. You could include maybe beginning of the year projects where you've learned about their interests. There are really endless possibilities. Language arts could include books that have been read, reflections that they've had on their books or other assignments. You could include things for math, for science, social studies, art, any subject that you want to include on their portfolio. So let's go ahead and learn how to set up a Google site. If you just open a regular Google page, you can type in sites.google.com, and that will bring you to Google Sites. You can start with a blank one, a blank template, and you should see something like this. First of all, the students will want to name the page using their name. They can change font and size. One thing to point out about the size of the font that you use, although the students might be creating this document or this portfolio on a Chromebook or laptop or a regular computer, everybody might not be viewing it on that. So there's a nice feature here where there's preview. You can click on the preview and it'll show what your Google site will look like on a laptop or Chromebook, on a tablet, or on a phone. So students with a longer last name like mine might want to be aware of that in choosing a font size so that if a parent looks at their portfolio on a phone, or if they look at their portfolio on their phone, you can see how it looks to them on a phone while you're creating the document instead of having to change things and go back. So let's get out of the preview mode. Once you have done that, I also like to have the students put their name up here right away. Eventually, this will come more into play when you publish the portfolio. But for right now, just as a reminder, put that there. I like to take out this. It doesn't really affect the site itself. I just don't like how it looks up in that corner. Once they've done that, they can change the background for their banner to one that maybe Google has already has for them, or you can choose one of your own. So I had uploaded various pictures from Unsplash, which is a website that offers pictures that are free of copyright. And I had chosen some school looking pictures to work with. Once they have their banner complete, you can decide what else to include on their Google site. Now, I like to have the students include a picture. This is important at the beginning of the year, obviously, when you're learning names, if you create it right away at the beginning of the year, but also it just adds a personal touch. So from my drive, I'm going to add a picture of myself. And once you add that picture, you can resize the picture to whatever size you would like it to be. If you have multiple grade levels that you teach or multiple classrooms, homerooms, you might want to add other information, basic information on this opening page as well. You can move the text box up here, and maybe you want to include the grade of the student, or maybe you want the student to include their homeroom, whatever you choose. Another nice thing to add on the front of the front page or the home page of your Google site is the student's email address. So in order to do this, if you scroll on the right-hand side here, scroll down to where it says button, you can have a button that says email me. Then the link that you would include here to go directly to your email would be mail to with a colon. And then you need to type exactly with no spaces your email address. And then click insert. And this will create a link directly to the student's email. So whatever email service you use, if you're using Gmail like I am, it'll go right to your Gmail and right away direct an email toward that student. You can move this. So let's say you want it up here with the basic information. That's already set. At the beginning of the year, I like to do a lot of get to know you activities with the students. So one of them I have them do sometimes is the super students. If I would like to include this on the portfolio, I can copy that. Then I can create another button. And maybe you want this one to say all about me, or you could, title it super students like the name of the document was. And then you can go ahead and include the link for there. And you can have an all about me section here. How that works then is, let's go to the preview again. And let's get off the preview of a phone, go to one here. And if you click on this all about me now, it will bring you right to this document here. So somebody can read that document. Let's exit preview and go back to our page. One other thing I would like to show you is at the beginning of the year, I like to use Google Draw to help the students share something about themselves and their interest. So maybe you want to insert that into your portfolio. So you can find it on your drive, insert it, and then you can resize the kind of preview screen to make it what you would like. You could move it, so I put it over here so it's visible right away when you open up your page. And maybe that's the information that you want on your home page of your Google site. Now, we would like to include a page for each subject or class that the student has, so they can include different information based on classes, and it's organized, or maybe the teacher would like to include something as well. You can make the teacher an editor as well, and the teacher then can add things to the student's site. If you go off to the right and click on pages, at the bottom there'll be a plus sign. If you click on that, you can add a Google page. So let's say you want language arts to be your next page. Maybe that's your first hour class. You can add a language arts page. Once you add that, the title is already put in for you. And maybe you want to change the image so it's something more related to language arts. So once again, I'm just going to go to my folder here that has some Unsplash images on it, and I chose a book one for language arts. On the language arts page, you could share writing samples, you could share reflections on books you've read, you could share a book list of books you're reading, you could put images of those books on there with links. Really, the possibilities are endless on a portfolio. Let's add another page. So you're on pages again. You can add a new page to it, and let's add math this time. Once again, after the page is added, you'll see it up here in the upper right, and you can change the image. And once again, you can select an image that's maybe more appropriate for math class. And there we have various pages. Let's see what that looks like on preview. So once you're on preview, it will bring you back to your language arts page, and it will also bring you back to your home page. As I've mentioned, the choices that you make about what to put on your portfolio could be a student decision, it could be a middle school decision, it could be a teacher decision. There's really an endless amount of possibilities of what you could do to make this site very unique to each of the students you have. I have included some ideas here. A picture I showed you how to add getting to know you assignments, student assignments. Once report cards come out, you could link your report card to your portfolio. It could be used as teacher comments or conference comments. So if it's a student-led conference, you might have the teachers add comments to that. If one single teacher is meeting with a parent, they could add comments. You could add Flipgrid reflections to it if they created a video of themselves, a book list, artwork, presentations. You could have a journal. There are hundreds of options of things that you could add to make each of these student portfolios more meaningful to the student, to the teacher, and also to the parent. If you would like more information about creating student portfolios using Google Sites, please contact me, Tina Bossenbrook, at WGTE for more information. Thank you.